hope to take my viewer on a journey through my painting. I want it to be a place of beauty and enchantment. I like to look at painters throughout art history for works that embody this dreamlike quality. George Inness, John Constable, and Claude Monet come to mind. Artist John F. Carlson described aerial perspective as the third dimension of painting, the primary means of creating a sense of space and air in an otherwise two-dimensional picture. The expression of space by changes in gradations and distinctness in hue. Aerial perspective, also sometimes referred to as atmospheric perspective, supplies painters with a means to create that sense of mystery, intrigue, and enchantment in their work. Leonardo da Vinci was one of the first artists to use this powerful tool. To be able to use this concept effectively and imbue our landscapes with mood, a little understanding of the science behind this will help. There are two primary considerations here. Number one, visible light. Number two, what's in the atmosphere? First, visible light. I'm sure you've asked yourself, why is the sky blue? Selective scattering, or Rayleigh scattering, occurs when certain particles are more effective at scattering a particular wavelength of light. Air molecules, like oxygen and nitrogen, for example, are small in size and more effective at scattering shorter wavelengths of light, blue and violet. The selective scattering by air molecules is responsible for producing our blue skies on a clear, sunny day. When we're looking towards the horizon, we're looking through the most atmosphere, and enough of all the colors can be scattered that the light looks almost white and is brighter because there is much more light scattered. The complementary effect of the blue sky is the red sunset or sunrise. At sunset, the light from the sun reaching the viewer has traveled through the most atmosphere possible and has had most of the blue component of the light scattered, resulting in predominantly red light reaching the viewer or illuminating the clouds that the viewer can see. The light at sunset is more likely to be red than sunrise because the turbulence in the atmosphere during the day can mix more particles into the atmosphere, which enhances the scattering. Next, what's in the atmosphere? Think of the effect of aerial perspective as looking through curtains of atmosphere. The more curtains, dust, moisture, smoke, we're looking through, the more pronounced the effect of aerial perspective will be. How to use this concept to make better paintings? So if we remember that this effect has four basic influences on elements in our paintings, things appear cooler, lighter, duller, and softer as they recede to the horizon. From a painter's perspective, we particularly want to consider the effect aerial perspective has on local color. Let's pretend that I have 3 rolls of ribbon, one yellow, one red, and one blue. I'm going to take those ribbons and roll them all the way to the horizon. Let's see what effect aerial perspective will have on the ribbons. Yellow is the first to lose intensity and value, becoming a weak tan and eventually a silver gray. Red will fade next and take on lavender and eventually gray-blue violet. Think Purple Mountain's Majesty. Blue is the least affected and will stay blue, getting slightly grayer and lighter as it recedes. Think globally in your picture, not just one zone. This is a good argument for developing the whole piece at the same time. Make things slightly warmer in the foreground and move to cooler in the background, even if this isn't super obvious in your scene. Remember that everything is relative in the context of your painting. Considering and even exaggerating these effects can give your work more of a sense of space, mood, and luminosity.